Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Sunday and the date is April 7th, 2024. Welcome to another eBay video. This is a very rare Sunday video. I can't remember ever putting out a eBay video on a Sunday, but this one's very special. I'm sure hoping that it's going to reach the eyes and ears of Adam Ireland, the Vice President and General Manager of eBay US, as well as Jamie Iannone, the President and CEO of eBay. Jamie, if you're watching, you may remember you met me briefly in Philly a few months ago at the Shindig, and we talked briefly about some ideas I had for eBay Motors. Adam, I don't believe I ever had the pleasure of meeting you, but hopefully someday in the future I will. I want to talk about a serious problem that's been proliferating the eBay community, and that is the fact that there is a lack of seller protection on eBay in 2024. I'm talking serious lack. And I'm not just saying these things lightly. I'm going to show you concrete, irrefutable evidence of something that happened to me a couple of days ago. Before I do that, for those of you guys who don't know who I am and just stumbled on this channel by accident, my name is Joe DeMarco, and I've been selling on eBay since 1999. That's 25 years. I have weathered the ups and the downs, but I can honestly tell you for the most part, it's been a very positive experience, and I've done very well on eBay. The only time in the past there was ever a dark cloud on eBay was during the dark days of Donahoe. I'm sure you guys remember John Donahoe. He was not very seller friendly. And back then, that was around 2007 or so, I started making eBay videos approximately once a week to help my fellow sellers talk about the trials and tribulations of selling on eBay and to give pointers and advice. And I've been doing that since 2007 every Friday night and sometimes during the week as well. I am basically a fan of eBay. I sell only in eBay Motors, and eBay Motors is good and bad. It's good because it's a cash cow. If you're selling used auto parts, you can do very well, as I do. However, there's a lot of civilians that don't understand their car and will often buy the wrong size or the wrong part. Therefore, your returns are going to be higher than everybody else's, and that's understandable. But what I want to address in this video is the lack of eBay seller protection with unwarranted negative feedback. It's been going on for some time. I guess about the last year and a half is when I first noticed it. But the year 2024 has really exacerbated it. It's absolutely off the charts. First, those of you guys who have eBay Concierge used to be able to request a callback like I did and get unwarranted negative feedback removed. eBay stripped all the concierge workers of that privilege. So no matter what your feedback says, they can't remove it. Okay? Now they want you to use the automated system on the site itself. And that would be fine if it actually worked. But in this video, I'm going to prove to you it didn't work. Okay? I did 3 things after I received this unfair negative feedback. Number 1, I tried using the link on the site, which failed in less than 2 hours. I knew I would never get a positive response from that because it never works. And that is the basic consensus of most eBay sellers. Number 2, I then requested a callback and I got a concierge rep who was very sympathetic. He looked at the situation and he agreed with me that I did nothing wrong. Even better, this representative actually sells in eBay Motors himself, so he understands the nuances. And he said to me, Joe, you did nothing wrong here. You don't deserve this negative. I'm going to escalate it to the removal department. But he basically said, don't hold your breath, Joe, because it probably won't happen. And sadly, he was right. That's number two. Number three, I contacted eBay for Business through Facebook. They knocked me down as well, saying the feedback doesn't violate eBay policies. But I can prove to you that it does. I'm going to now show you a cutaway that I showed people on Friday night's video that shows clear, cut, concise evidence of what I'm referring to. I find these cutaways are very helpful to eBay sellers because I think they learn a lot when I show them step by step as to what's going on and what's wrong. As a rule, I always block out the eBay buyer's user ID when I show these cutaways. However, in this particular case, I didn't, because I feel that you need to see the give and take in eBay messages, as well as the negative feedback, as well as everything, for this lesson to be properly taught. So I'm now going to cut to the cutaway. For those of you guys who watched my video Friday night, you can skip the first 4 minutes of it if you want, because that's a rehash of Friday night, but then come back because the rest is all new. So here's the cutaway. Okay guys, I'm going to walk you step by step through every aspect of this transaction, and I want you to see how unfair eBay has become to sellers. Here is the exact item that I got the negative feedback on today. These two Sunbeam Alpine dog dish hubcaps. Now, if you look over here, okay, I clearly say in the seller notes, caps measure 9 inches. See that? Then in the description, once again, caps measure 9 inches across. Any questions, just ask. So as I told you earlier, the meatball sends me a best offer of $45, even though that's exactly what I'm asking, but he doesn't want to pay the $15.96 in shipping, so I declined his offer. He immediately then purchased them anyway. I know some of you guys are probably going to say, well, Joe, you should have blocked him. Believe me, I didn't even have time. That's how quick it was. He gets the items, and here's the first message I get from him. Hello, I just got these items, but it looks like it doesn't fit on the steel wheels that I have. Could you please check and see if you have different ones? Otherwise, I have to send them back to you. Now, he followed that message up with, first and second picture is your parts, and the third is what I have. So let's go back. This is what I sent him. Okay, you can see it doesn't quite fit over the hub of the wheel. There's a close-up picture. See, right there? Because mine are 9 inches, and he needs a larger size. That's his. If you have really good eyes, you're going to notice they're different. A slightly different design on the outside, and also his appeared to be concave on the inside, where mine protrude out. See how it looks different? I'm going to go back to his one more time. See the difference? Okay? Difference in style and difference in size. But the mistake was his. So I wrote back and I said to him, you should have measured your wheel before you made the purchase, because I had the measurements in the listing. That being said, you can go right ahead and send them back. Just open a return request and say purchased by mistake, and you can print out the label and ship them back to me. It's very easy. And of course, he wrote back, please take a look to see if you have something different. If not, please send me shipping label to send them back to you. Thanks. No, we don't send shipping labels. That's up to the buyer. But okay. He sends them back to me, and look what I get. I get a negative feedback from this guy today, and the feedback consists of one word, and the word is thanks. Right there. See it? Look. Thanks. One word. Negative feedback and thanks. So I then went to use eBay's automated tool to remove the feedback, which you can see here. This acknowledges it. And let me tell you exactly what I said right here. The buyer made a mistake and purchased the wrong size. In his return request, he admitted he purchased the wrong size and showed pictures as well. He asked for a refund of the purchase price, which I gave him. He then left me negative feedback even though I did nothing wrong at all. Please remove this feedback as this mistake was his, not mine. So yeah, that is the situation, folks. Needless to say, the feedback was not removed, I was denied. So I then called, or should I say requested a call back, and I got a representative right away who called me back. He was very polite and he totally understood my position. He took a look at everything, and the representative agreed with me that I did nothing wrong and that I do not deserve a negative feedback. Of course, the representative also told me that he no longer has the juice to remove these unfair negative feedbacks, but that he would escalate it and he would submit an appeal on my behalf, but that I should not get my hopes up. And that was approximately 2.5 days ago, so obviously that failed as well. I also contacted eBay for Business to see if they could remove it, and they said it doesn't violate any eBay policies at all. But let me show you something real quick. This is the feedback that this buyer has left for all his sellers. Now I want you to see a pattern here. Every single feedback consists of one word, thanks, with a positive comment, right? Thanks. Thanks. One after the other. Thanks. Okay? Get it? That's all he does is thanks. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But apparently, he considers the word thanks, like the rest of us do, as a positive thing. Like, for instance, if I handed you a cup of coffee, you would say, thanks, right? Now, why is that any different than what he left me? Thanks, with a negative rating. That is also against eBay rules. A negative rating with a positive comment. It's just like we as sellers are not allowed to leave a buyer negative feedback even if they don't pay. For instance, we can't click positive and say buyer never paid, because you know eBay would remove that in a second, because that is a positive rating with a negative comment. But apparently it only applies to buyers. Sellers have absolutely no rights or protections on eBay in 2024. Okay guys, a quick rehash. As you saw, the customer bought an item from me and he accidentally bought the wrong size. I do realize these things happen, especially on eBay Motors. In the give and take through eBay messages, I never gave the buyer a hard time. I told him I didn't have the size that he needed to go ahead and send those items back, and I would give him a refund of the purchase price, which I did as soon as I got them back. Within maybe an hour or so of giving him a refund, he left me the negative feedback with the word thanks. Number one, I do not deserve negative feedback. I did nothing wrong. To put it in terms, to give you another example for you guys who sell clothes, suppose you sold somebody a green sweater. They got the item and they left you negative feedback because they really wanted a blue sweater. Whose fault is that? Is it your fault? No. The buyer made a mistake by not reading the listing. This is where eBay is failing miserably. Every case should be decided on a case-by-case basis. You cannot throw a blanket over everybody and say this is the way it is. It doesn't work. People like myself have been with eBay for 25 years, okay? I mean, we are loyal to the brand. I'm even flying the eBay flag. Sorry, wrong side. Right there, see it? Okay? Guys, Fair is fair and right is right. Even if you just look at the word thanks, like I pointed out in the cutaway a few minutes ago, that buyer has thanked about 100 people in a row because the word thanks to him, just like to you, is a positive thing. He's saying thank you. Thank you. Well, he thanked me too, but somehow I got a negative out of it. Now, I've had a few people say to me, Joe, did you reach out to the buyer and ask him to revise the feedback? And the answer is no, because that's not my job. I reached out to eBay. Seller protection should cover that transaction, and you all know I'm right. All right? That's not my job. My job is to list my merchandise, ship my items quickly, and give good customer service even when they want to return something. And I did that in this case. I did that in spades. eBay has adopted a laissez-faire attitude where it seems they don't care about sellers. And for me to have to come out here and address a video to Adam Ireland and Jamie Iannone, this is it, man. I don't know what to tell you. Guys, I would invite both of you or either one of you to be a guest here on my show anytime you want. I would be honored to have you. My show is not an adversarial show. I'm not here to talk down to people or curse people out. I want to work with you. I want this to work. But we've got a serious problem and it needs to be addressed right now. So, guys, please comment below your feelings, whether positive, negative. Also, comment your experiences, especially you longtime sellers who've been on the platform as long as I have. 25 years is a long freaking time, and I've done well, monetarily speaking. All right, I'm happy with my eBay sales. All right, but guys, and when I say guys, I'm talking eBay executives. Guys, we sellers here are the ones that pay the fees and keep everything going. I realize we need buyers, okay? We do. I love buyers. Anybody that's carrying money in their wallet is my friend. I love making money. But please, I'm not saying you got to give us special privileges. I'm just saying treat us fairly. When we get an unwarranted negative feedback, let a human being look at it and evaluate it. Anybody with half a brain can see the negative feedback I just received is wrong. It should never have been left, and it should have been removed immediately, and it hasn't been. And right now, for the record, it's Sunday, April 7th, 4:48 p.m. Okay? April 7th, 2024. Adam Ireland, Jamie Iannone, or any eBay executive or worker, I would love to have you on my show and have a friendly discussion about the future of eBay. I would love to hear from any of you. I am eBay seller Hubcap Joe's. I sell in eBay Motors. And I wish everybody watching this channel happy sales, good sales on eBay, and I'm hoping for a better end to 2024. Please, please revise the feedback system. It's antiquated. I know you guys have heard this before. Sorry, you're going to hear it again. You see the kind of abuse that's going on, okay? Please do something. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it's done some good for you sellers, guys like me. And if anybody from eBay is watching this, that would be great. I would love to hear from you. You may call me anytime you want. I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. I hope you make a ton of money on eBay this week. Rock on and peace.